Hi, Jenny here. While I'm out here on this fantastic spring morning, I'm going to talk about the raspberries that are coming along here. Now, this is one of my raspberry hedges, and it's honestly nothing flash. It's wild raspberries. I don't look after them at all. I don't feed them. I don't do anything actually, to be honest. But still, we get huge amounts of raspberries every year. The one thing I did do before I planted this hedge, which is in total, I probably have, 20 metres of raspberry hedges, was that we dug trenches in the ground, which was quite hard clay and quite hard to dig, and there we put a lot of bokashi. So once upon a time, which is probably 10 years ago now, they got a really, really good grounding in the soil of bokashi from the kitchen straight in, and mixed in with a little bit of garden waste or whatever we had available at the time. Now that meant that the soil that they're still growing in, even though the nutrients are probably long gone, the structure was improved right from the start. And that's one of the things that's worth thinking about with bokashi, is that you're not only adding nutrients, you're improving the structure of the soil. And here it's super hard clay, and so to get a lighter structure with organic matter makes all the difference for every kind of plant. The worms will like it, the microbes will like it, everything will just work better. You will have a better water flow, better aeration, better water retention. So even if you have something quite wild going on like this, it's still not that silly to start off digging a trench with a bokashi in the beginning. Now I don't do anything with this. I hardly even weed it out from the old branches, which I should be. But if I do, I let most of them just fall in the jungle underneath the bottom of it, so that ultimately they are going back to the soil where they came from. Otherwise, some of the dead wood that comes out of this, I just pick it up and I put it into one of my other beds, sometimes the one that the Jerusalem artichokes are growing in, and it's quite rough and annoying, to be honest, but leave it there for the winter and then it will all get quite brittle, and you can break it up like this and use it as mulch in the perennial beds. So nothing goes to waste, and I think that's really, really nice, that once you start with bokashi you get this way of thinking, like everything can be reused for something else. The food waste from the kitchen can be reused in the garden. The waste, let's say, from the raspberries can be used in the Jerusalem artichokes. The waste from the Jerusalem artichokes can be used in the rhubarb, and on and on and on. So if you're always thinking in this way, where can I take things to next? What can they add to another part of the garden? So sometimes you're like the rhubarb leaves, you're putting them back to the rhubarb or as a mulch layer around any of the plants, because they're feeding nutrients, valuable nutrients, back into the soil. And on and on and on, like everything that you harvest from the garden, you can reuse that in another way. To just think it through a little bit, where's the best place to use this? The only thing to watch out for a little bit is with the fresh branches of this raspberry, because I leave them on the gravel to dry up for a few weeks, because they're just nasty. They grow anywhere, so I never put the fresh ones like on anywhere where they might have a chance to grow again, because that you'll regret forever, I promise you.